What you need to understand first is when you're getting small taxpayers, the primary reason why you bring small taxpayers onto the base is to ensure compliance, so that as they grow, you don't have the problem of having major taxes leaking out of the system. Small taxpayers will come in with very small amounts of money. So you'd find, for example, one major bank or one major telecommunications firm will probably be worth $1 million. Small taxpayers, but you want the small taxpayers to come into the net and start complying as they are small, so that as they grow, they then do not become a compliance problem when they start owing us a substantial amounts of money. So the real challenge in terms of things like turnover tax and presumptive is not so much how much tax have you raised from them, but really how many people have you recruited. And as I did mention, we managed to get an extra 1 million people into our registered tax base last year. We're looking at 1.3 million this year. So that's really going to be the measure. The second point about small taxpayers, which is a deficiency issue, they're very expensive to track compared to the money that you get out of them. So it then ties to the kind of resources that you have. You have to economize on the kind of resources that you have, and that probably is why you've not seen as much success in terms of getting the smaller taxpayers into the net, because the resources the government can provide us are also restricted. So yeah, so that's one thing. The second thing about tax policy, as economies change, you need to have a tax base that also follows them. So that where the new growth is coming from is where the taxes are coming from. That will often need new policies. For example, you notice in this year's finance bill, the CS talked about made provisions to deal with digital taxation, because we have seen that digital economy growing, and we're not seeing the same level of tax coming from there. So you would expect to be seeing an ongoing change in terms of where we're trying to tax from and how we're trying to tax, taking into account technology and taking into account how the economy is behaving.